Thanks for coming back to the table. We are celebrating Black love with relationship experts, Pastor Cal and Wendy Roberson, who tied the knot 6 months after they met. 16 years later, they're still in love, still happy, and helping others. And I want to get back to this show because I want to talk about the work that you do for others, but let's get to this concept of strangers meeting at an altar and saying I do.
Yeah.
And how you help facilitate this, because I have to be like, the pastors know about
I
it.
know.
The pastors helping with this.
Look, actually, it's sort of a take on an arranged marriage.
Right.
Think of it that way.
Okay.
Because arranged marriages have been around since antiquity.
Right, absolutely.
And roughly about 70% of marriages worldwide are arranged. Mm-hmm. So
still to this day.
To this day.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So I guess, culturally speaking, that happens. Yeah. Okay.
Romantic marriages, it was primarily a Western idea.
Yeah.
So here we are now
I like that distinction.
on this show. We vet people for 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
Before we put them together. Now, a lot of people
mental health checks, criminal background, the whole nine.
Everything we can think of.
You find the mad ex-wives and the mad ex-girls, all this, and get the whole story.
We have 2 rounds of psychological evaluations. We do health screenings. We do. They have to do a 500-question questionnaire.
So, who are the people who want to do this?
Wow.
Like what? Tell me more about the couples the people that you meet who say, I want to find love this way.
These are people who have failed at it themselves. These are people who are hungry to be married, and that's what we look for.
It's like, dare I say desperate?
Yeah, you don't dare. Yes, dare. We look for a little bit of desperation.
Really, Wendy? Okay, so what did you think? What did you think when this all came to the day, and when you watched the show?
Well, I mean,
because it's very different from your situation, obviously.
Yes, it's very different. However, I do agree with the whole Western way of
the connections.
Marriage.
It's a Western concept.
Yeah, of
romantic marriages.
Romantic marriages, but no, the arranged marriages. That's been going on forever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 51% East Indian, and in India they have a lot of arranged marriages.
Right.
I don't really know that culture fully, but I do know that arranged marriages is a thing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And
it's something that we respect culturally speaking.
Absolutely.
But if you do kind of have this Western paradigm, and you're taking people with a Western paradigm and putting in more of this global space, how does that work?
Well, what happens is that, first of all, we find people who want marriage. And we find, I can describe it in the words of one young lady who got married. Mm-hmm. She said, whoever's standing at that altar, we're going to be married forever. This was before she met him.
This is before we see him, but
before
so it sounds like there has to be, and beyond television, right? A commitment to wanting to be with someone.
Exactly, a commitment to marriage. Mm-hmm. These are people who understand that marriage is more than just emotion. Mm-hmm. And we try to instill that in them.
And a pretty wedding dress and a big performative
that doesn't do
event.
No.
After the event, there's the marriage.
After the wedding comes the marriage. And we put it in their heads. The clip that we saw earlier, it's like, a lot of those people who are a very mature group, and if they follow our instruction, because we're with them all the time, giving them instructions on camera, off camera, we're with them constantly to make sure that we troubleshoot their issues. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's interesting, right? Because it's not how it goes for the rest of us. How helpful it would be to have somebody get with every step of the way, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So listen, we've got a question from a viewer, and I want you to take a look at that, and I want to get your thoughts on the answer.
Absolutely.
All right.
Hey, Portia. Look, I'm sick and tired of scrolling to the left. What do you think about blind dating?
So obviously you think it's a good idea. Is it something you had ever done before?
No.
Either one of you?
No.
Blind date?
He had a real blind date.
Stop it.
I'm not. Yes.
But that's a different story.
That's a very different, understood.
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Okay, but in principle, you had never done that before.
In principle, no. We have never done, she's messing with me. In principle, we've never done a blind date. Mm-hmm. But I do feel that the idea of meeting people based on values is really important. Mm-hmm. And that's why sometimes like in what we're trying to do.
Yeah, you
we're
have with an app, with your
the
book.
app,
What
exactly.
do you do there in that space?
With our book, we want people to understand, first of all, whether you're married or single, what have you, the book is for you. We want people to understand that marriage, relationships are based on values, connections, not just the physical. And in the app, we're actually doing matchmaking from a values perspective. We're not swiping left, we're not swiping right. We're changing the game from a meat market to a mate market. That's our goal.
So how do we, I mean, did you ask questions about politics or like what religion you want to
Yes.
raise your children?
The answer to all
of the
those is
above.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we absolutely do. Because these are the things, your values are those principles that you build your life on. These are the principles you live your life by.
Right. But
You
when
know?
it's all said and done, it's still how you argue, how you problem solve,
Yes.
how you love, how you show
Yes.
each other. So those are still learned behaviors.
Even how
right?
you define love. Because we throw this word love around, but we don't realize that love is so much more than a feeling.
Yeah, we're going to pause right there because it is so much more than a feeling. And the two of you have had that feeling for a long time. So after the break, you're going to get some really great advice, the experiences and lessons you've learned about love when we return. Stay with us. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I really want to thank you for season 3 of Portia. It's because of loyal viewers like you that we keep getting to share this daily dose of positivity all across the country. So just a reminder, I still need you to like, comment, and subscribe. And go ahead and tell your friends. You can catch us now in Orlando, in San Francisco, in Atlanta, and all across the country on Fox Soul. Tell your friends. We'll see you soon on Portia.